last week, my 7-year-old niece, Shreya Saxena, went to a school and her teacher gave her an assignment. She had to make a paper plane. The teacher's instructions were quite clear. All the students had to make paper plane in the stipulated time. The plane could be of any shape. At the end of the assignment, at the end of the time, all of them had to go to the starting line and flew their planes. The plane which went the farthest is going to win. 30 minutes went over. Everybody came up with their planes. The first plane flew and it crashed into the land as soon as it flew. The second one again came and it again got crashed. There were a few planes who went to a distance and then turned around due to the breeze and came back to the starting line. And then came Shreya Saxena with a blank paper in her hand. She was quite calm and composed, although she did not know how to make a paper plane. She was on the starting line, but the instructions of her teacher were quite clear in her mind. The plane could have been of any shape. The farthest plane is going to win. She crumbled the paper, made it a ball, and threw it with a brute force. So that plane went on to hit the opposite wall, and she won quite handsomely. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
In the last 1 month, since I became the VP Education of the club, I had to talk to a lot of members regarding their next speech projects. And I had to discuss a lot of their challenges that they have been facing. So when I took up my own next speech project and read the objectives, and they were that I have to talk about a problem of interest to the audience, I knew which topic I had to pick. It is the CC manual. Well, how to ace the CC manual that we all are here for? Well, to broadly classify the projects of the CC manual, I can classify into 3 categories. The first is from P1 to P4, that focuses on the content writing, that focuses on the organizing of your speech, how to organize the speech, how to add variety to the speech. Then from P5 to P8, it focuses on the delivery of the speech, how you can add voice modulation to it, how you can use props like paper planes. From P9 to P10, it's about using all that you have learned and persuading your audience, to encourage your audience to take some steps. So P9 and P10 is all about the message and the takeaway that you give to the audience. If we start with the content writing part, the most important things are the opening of the speech, that is going to glue the audience to you. Then they are going to listen to you. That is the body of your speech. And then the conclusion. The most important project in P1 to P4 is your P3. That says about the general purpose and the specific purpose of the speech. Whenever you are going to deliver a speech or whenever you are going to address any audience, you will always have a purpose in your mind. What is the purpose that you are going to the stage with? What do you want the audience to take away from? That purpose is going to be the base of your content. While you are writing your speech, what content is going to be there? From P5 to P8, that is the delivery part. Now you have written the content. You have a good, strong content in your speech. Now it's about how you deliver it, how you decorate your speech, how you can use voice modulation, how you can use visual aids. So P5 to P8 is about decorating it. Think of, keep on editing your speech and look at the parts where you think the speech is getting weak. Just replace it with some visual aids. Just replace those parts with some dramatization, with some stage choreography. And you will glue your audience back to you on those parts. Every weak part of your speech is going to become a strength if you use these decorative materials that P5 to P8 teaches you. Now you have written a strong content. You know how to deliver it. Next thing is how to use it for a nobler purpose. How you can persuade the audience to take a noble step. how you can inspire your audience. That is what you learn in P9 and P10. Well, how many of you face this challenge that you do not, you find it difficult to find the topic for your speech? By the show of hands. Well, I'm going to know that lot many of us find it difficult. What to talk about? What is the speech content? Where do we find the topic we talk about? Well, the topic you can find anywhere and everywhere in your life. It can be in your school bus trips. It can be in your passion and your compassion. It can be in your relationship with your grandpa. And it can be in the small little stories of your 7-year-old niece. Topics are almost everywhere. All you have to pick is something worth sharing. Something that you can connect with the message you want to convey to the audience. So that's it with my speech. Now I'll move forward to the Q&A session. Anyone from the audience can ask any question about the CC manual that they feel any problem with. Toastmaster Amit.
So I find difficulty in connecting my objectives of my project with my speech. So how do I resolve that?
Okay. Well, there is one approach that people quite often follow is they write a speech and then they read the objectives. And then they try to connect the speech to the objectives. What should be followed is the reverse approach. First, read the objectives. Write your content according to the objectives. Well, if you are giving a P5, there is about using stage movement and body language. You need to add some characterization in your roles, in your content. Add animations. Add a story of a cat. Add a story of a lion. Add a story of a dog, a sweet dog. Doing all these characterization over to on the stage will help you cover your objectives well. So the content needs to be there according to the objectives. The objectives are not there according to the content. Any other question? Yeah, Toastmaster Rao.
Ashish, wouldn't it be better to streamline the topics rather than writing the speech on any topic, but to streamline the few topics for each of the individual according to my interest or expertise, because that would kind of make the skeleton of the speech very rich, because I have the content, I know the research, I must have done it earlier. So that's just one of the things that I wanted to ask you.
Okay. So if I have understood the question correctly, it's about what topic, how you select the topic. Well, once you have read the objectives, the same objectives can be met by different sorts of topics. Now you have to pick what topic you can find from your own personal story. If you find something that is related to it, it's well and good. When you're doing the characterization, you need not do just a lion or a cat. You can do your dad, you can do your boss, you can do any favorite character that you have. So all the topics can be linked to the same objectives, but you must read the objectives first. One more question, please. Yeah.
These days I find a great contrast between the content of the speech and the way it's decorated and presented. Like there is a journalist named Arnab Goswami.
You need to just quickly wrap up.
Okay, there is a journalist named Arnab Goswami, where he probably does not have the best experience, but the way he presents it, like using.
Okay, I'll try to answer in the stipulated time that I have. I think I understood your question. It's about whether you focus on the content more or on the delivery more, right? So it's a mix of both. If you have a good content, but that message is not conveyed to the audience, it's of no use. If you are good at delivery, but you do not have a strong content, that is again something missing. So you need to have a good mix of your content as well as the delivery part. I will say focus on your content first, and then with your delivery you can focus on how to convey your message to the audience. Well, I think that's the time, and we can end the Q&A session. Over to you, TMND.